Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my classroom. I was talking to Miss Polito. She said you guys did awesome in the fire drill today. That makes me very happy to know that you know how to get safely in and out of the building. High five it. So because of the fire drill, we are going to jump right into math today, so no stories about your weekend. You can tell me later. We are here on Monday, March 12th, 2018. You're in math class with Mrs. Casper, and today we are multiplying binomials. Yes, I know, big scary word, easy peasy things to do. But before that, we have some brain warming up, some rewinds into what we do. Maddie, first question though. When we read this problem, what does my happy little flower there mean?
Times.
Times, exactly right. What else can you use for a times symbol?
X.
An X, that's right. But for today, and from here on out in our room, we are going to either use parentheses as a multiplication device, because if you see a number in the parentheses, we know to multiply whatever's in that parenthesis by what's hanging out outside, right? But we do the stuff inside the parentheses first, that's right. Okay, so from here on out, we're going to see this happy little flower. It's going to make us happy because, you know, we're here freezing and it's cold. But let's see if you can do the problems, but I'm not going to do them in order because I know half of you have already written down the answers. Mental math today. Let's go. 2 times 4, 8. 7 times 3,
21.
4 times 5.
20. 6. 9. 48. 18. 14.
14, that's right. Give me 5. No mental warming up for you on that one. Now, before you tell me the answer, I want you to read me the problem. Because see, we see an X up there, but we don't see a multiplication symbol. It's not for a multiplication symbol, right? We're going to have happy little flowers. Otherwise, they're called asterisks. But I like to call them happy flowers. And parentheses, right? Okay, so can you read me what that problem says?
2 times X.
2 times X, that's right. What would the answer be, Maddie?
2X.
2X. All right, read the problem.
3 times M equals 3M.
3M, all right. 9 times Y equals?
9Y.
And 8 times A equals?
8A.
8A, good job. Very glad, very proud. It seems that you've been doing your homework like you should be. All right, we're going to move on to something new today.
Okay.
Our multiplying binomials. Scary word. Colorful PowerPoint. Ooh, look at that. Can you read that word for me?
Foil.
Foil. Foil is a word, but each letter in the word foil means another word, okay? So the F stands for first terms, the O is outside terms, the I is inside terms, and the L is last terms, okay? So we are going to go into it. Pay attention. Stop me if you get confused. This is something you can easily get lost in, but I don't want my babies lost. So, all right. Multiplying 2 binomials together. Ooh, scary. Maddie, what do you do when you see parentheses?
Do the stuff inside first.
You do the stuff inside the parentheses first. Can you add these 2 terms together, the X and the 2?
No.
No. Can you add or subtract? See that? There's a subtraction sign. The X and the 3 together?
No.
No, you can't because they're not like terms, right? But we can simplify this problem using the FOIL method. So let's get to going. What do you think we're going to multiply first?
The X's?
The X's, because they are the first terms. That's right. Multiply the 2 first terms together. So X and X.
X squared.
X squared, because you're timesing X by itself. So that's why it's a square. We don't know what X is at this point, which is fine. So that's just how we write it, okay? All right. So what was the next letter? Do you remember?
O.
O.
Outside terms.
Outside terms. That's right. Look at you paying attention on this Monday morning. O means multiply the 2 outside terms, or the terms that are on the outside of the problem, the furthest out on each side, okay? Which is?
X negative times negative 3.
That's right. X times negative 3. What do you get there?
X.
What's this?
Negative 3x.
Negative 3x. Because we just don't know yet. We know that the x is x, but the 3 is negative 3, so who knows what that's going to turn out to be. All right, and I was the next letter, and that stood for the two inside terms. So the two terms that are closest together on the inside with the parentheses.
2x.
2x, that's right. Good job. Look at you. You're catching on. All right. Now, the next one is for L. It's for the last terms. So those are the terms that are kind of the last of the problem in each set of parentheses. So that, in our case, is the negative 3 and the 2. When you times those two together, what do you get, Maddie?
Negative 6.
Negative 6, because a negative times a positive.
Equals a negative.
And negative times a negative?
Negative.
Nope. Negative times a negative is
positive.
It's a positive. A positive times a positive.
Positive.
That's right. Only when you do a positive and a negative do you get a negative. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So see, these are all our steps we did. We got our x squared. We got our negative 3x from the outside terms. We got our 2x from our inside terms. And our negative 6 from our two last terms. Now, we can even make that problem a little bit smaller. We can simplify it even a little bit more. We have to put together like terms.
Negative 3x.
Negative 3x and what else?
Plus 2x.
Okay, what would that give you? A negative 3x plus a 2x. Negative 1x. Or you can just say negative x because when you don't have a letter there, you just assume it's 1x. You know what I mean? Because if there's an x in the problem, that means there's at least 1x, okay? All right. So, there you go. Our problem is x squared minus x minus 6. And that's as simple as we can get our problem. Which that was pretty easy, right? Like, that's a little bit easier to write, a little bit smaller. Like, if we got, say that was a 1. The x was a 1. We're going to pretend we know what the x means. We've figured this problem out. We have a key. We have a magic genie in our pocket. That x equals 1. So x squared, which would be 1 squared, 1 times 1 is
1.
Okay. Minus
1
equals 6. Okay.
Minus 6.
Negative 6 is our answer. Really good job. You're faster than I am today. Haven't had enough coffee, I guess. So, let's go. We've got another problem.
X and x.
X times x gives you a...
X squared.
Please stop scooching your desk around. X squared. That's right. So those are our first two terms. Now we need to do our... outside terms, which is...
X and...
outside terms. Oops, you're right. I'm sorry. My fingers aren't pointing far enough.
X and 2.
Which gives us...
X times 2x.
2x, because we always say the number first, and then we say the placeholder or the x.
Then we do it.
Okay, so that's outside. So then we do...
Inside
terms, which is...
3 times x, 3x.
3x. And then the last terms. You know, the ones I wanted to do a long time ago.
3 times 2 is 6.
Is 6, that's right. So, what do we have? We have an x squared plus 3x plus 2x plus 6. Good job. Can we simplify that? Are there any like terms?
3x and 2x.
3x and 2x, and that gives us a what?
5x.
5x. We add those together this time, unlike we subtracted, right? Because they're both positive. That's right. So, whoops. We're not working. Oh no. Let's see. Oh, too far. Oh my goodness. Well, we were right. It was x squared plus 5x plus 6. That, you know, it happens. We just go with the flow here in our classroom. Sometimes technology likes Mrs. Casper, and sometimes it says, go home. All right. Now, I have a worksheet for you guys. And here is yours, Maddie. Alrighty, and I have mine up on the screen. but I'm going to cover my answers because I don't want you to see them. All right? So, here is our problem. It says 4x minus 5 times, parentheses, x minus 3. So, it's a little bit more difficult this time, huh? Because the x isn't hanging out all by itself out there in La La Land, is it? No. So, 4x times x is what?
4x times x is 4x squared.
Very good. Write that down so you can keep track for me, because I don't have my pencil. I got to make sure that Brennan doesn't see the answers because he's peeking. All right. So then we have to do outer. So what's 4x times negative 3?
4.
So what's negative 3?
1x squared.
What's 4 times 3?
Times. 4 times 3 is 12.
Okay, and
12.
it's a negative 12.
Negative 12 squared x.
Just negative 12x, that's right. Go ahead, negative 12x. Okay, so we have to do inner now, right?
Inner.
I want to make sure I'm not lost.
5 and x.
What kind of 5?
Negative 5x.
Okay,
times
write that.
x.
Negative 5x. Okay, and then we need to do the last two terms. Oh, we have two negative numbers there.
Negative 5 and negative 3.
Gives us a positive,
Number.
which is 3 times 5 is 3 times 5 is
15.
15. Write it down. All right. Do we have some similar looking numbers there? Some like terms?
5x and
Do you see what I have?
12x and 5x.
That's right. Negative 12x and
17.
negative, so it gives us a negative 17 plus 15. Do you understand how we did that? Okay. Do you want to move on to the next one? Yeah, okay. So it's 4x minus 4 times parentheses x minus 4. Okay? So what's the first step? What are we going to do? What's our first number going to be?
4x times x.
It gives us a
4x squared.
4x squared. Look, there you go. Haha, I peeked it for you. Okay. Minus, so we need to do our outer ones. What's 4 and 4 times 4?
4 times 4 is 16.
Okay,
16.
but it's a negative, because that's a negative 4.
Negative 16x.
Nice, write it. Negative 16x. Okay, that was, which one did we do? We did the first ones, and we did the outsides. Now we need to do the insides.
X.
Negative 4 times x equals?
Negative 4x.
Rock and sock 'em. Let's go. Write it down. Okay, then we have to do our last terms, right? Negative 4 times negative 4. Positive 4 times 4.
16.
16. You're going back to subtracting, and we're still in multiplying, woman. More sleep. Okay, so we have like terms in our 16x and our 4x.
20,
They're both
negative 20.
negative 20x plus
16.
Look at that. You know what you're doing, woman. I am so proud of you. All right, I got one more page for us to do. We do have some homework later. Ooh, I think I went the wrong way. There we go. So FOIL helps us do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we used our first terms, our outside terms, our inside terms, and our last terms. Do you have any questions? That's some homework for you to take home for later. Some more problems that we've worked on a little bit today. I know we're rushed, and I'm really sorry. But do you have any questions?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to start putting your homework in your desks and your pencils, we'll get cleaned up and ready to head to music.